All right, welcome, 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 everybody. You know what time it is. It's time to tell the truth. That's what time it is. Oh, but we also say now that, can you handle the truth? Sometime we can, sometime we can't. So if you're like me and you're old school and you're over 65 and you're baby boomer, you remember that old show to tell the truth. Well, I'm Dr. Rosalind Shaw Belt and affectionately called Dr. Roz. I'm not a medical doctor, so let me go on record saying that, but I do have two doctorates, theology and divinity. But what I do here as a certified wellness coach is do my research and listen to lots of other experts, naturopathic doctors and all these people that believe in everything other than medicine. Okay, I'm just saying. Now, am I saying you shouldn't use medicine? I am not saying that. Please don't go on record saying that. I am just saying we should always know the other alternatives. Now, I am the CEO of Dream to Life LLC and Incorporated and the wife of Dr. Adrian E. Belt Sr. But let's get started. I often use some of my mentors that I call them my mentors. Dr. Bobby Price is one, Dr. Rochelle T. Parks, Dr. Frida, several of them because they're experts in their fields. So let's hear today a little bit from Dr. Bobby Price.
The definition that food companies have for food and your grocery store has for food doesn't necessarily mean it's the definition that you should have for food or your body or your biochemistry has for food. See, for them, food is what you put in your mouth or you put on the ends of your fork and your spoons. But food is supposed to be real. It's supposed to come from a natural space. It's supposed to be naturally absorbed, metabolized, broken down, and then eliminated from the body. It's supposed to be free of chemicals. So with just those few things and not even going into how it should nourish you and the ways that it should and what should be in those foods, probably 90% of the foods that you're buying at the supermarkets or in the drive-through window aren't foods. They are not food at all. They're food products.
So how do you heal the body, Coach Rowe? How do you heal it? By healing the cell. That's how you heal the body. And then how do you heal the cell then, Coach Rowe? By eating the food that God made. And I know most of y'all thinking y'all eating God's food. And I'm here to tell you, you're eating lab experiments. That's what you're eating.
Wow. Lab experiments. Have you ever thought about looking at your food and saying this is a lab experiment? I don't think so. So let's start today. This is our part 3 of talking about things that we think are healthy, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not as healthy as we think. So let's talk about the smoothies, all right?
Number 7, pre-made smoothies. If you going into the grocery store and they got those little smoothies and they're telling you all the good stuff that's in them, don't buy it. It looks healthy, but it's not healthy. It's loaded with sugar. It is literally a sugar bomb. All right. It has so much sugar in it. It's loaded with artificial additives. It's loaded with ultra processed ingredients. It has very little, if no fiber in it. Remember, I said the fiber is what blunts the effect of the sugar. Do not get those pre-made smoothies. Make your smoothie at home. Okay. Or just don't buy it. All right. You're only fooling yourself that you're eating something healthy. You are not eating something healthy. All right. So that's really important.
Pre-made smoothies. Anybody? I guess I shouldn't publicly say the name of a company, so I won't do that. Don't want to be sued. But the companies that we go through the drive-through, we go in there, we choose the different smoothies. But let's just break this down even more. And I love to watch Coach Rowe when she shared with CC Winans about these smoothies. Check this out.
And so here's the beauty. So I believe in education, right? So we have to become a label reader.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
We have to be able to. So I have a phrase. I say, flip that thing around. Okay?
Flip it around.
Flip that thing around.
Flip
I
that
don't
thing
believe
around.
They
what
put it on the
says
back
on the
for a
front.
reason
That's
in
right.
small
It's
print.
small print. And I believe in reading the ingredients label because the devil is really in the details.
Yeah.
Right? It's not the nutrition label. Like it's
Right.
not calories and all that.
Right,
See, I can
Wow, that's what I
outrun.
look-
I can outrun that. I can,
Yeah.
but I can't outrun cancer. You see?
Yeah.
The devil is in the details. So we go to the ingredients label,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so for sugar, if you flip it around, if you see the number, the grams of sugar, just know this: 1 teaspoon is equivalent to 4 grams of sugar, right? So if you see something that says 8 grams of sugar in it, then you
Okay.
know that's 2
2
teaspoons.
teaspoons.
Okay.
Right? So I'm gonna give you a visual.
Got
Okay.
it. Okay.
And so we're just gonna pick a popular spot that people go, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick 2 smoothies in particular: the Blimey Limey and the Avocado. Now
Okay.
people really think they're doing
I
something.
was
They get the
supposed to say,
avocado.
they
They
think-
think,
that
okay, that
sounds
sounds healthy, right? Avocado.
Avocado.
So the Blimey Limey, this one right here, and this used to be a favorite of ours before we knew better. My husband used to drink this all the time. He used to drink 2 at a time. I know now why. Okay, because of the sugar.
Wow.
This has 119 grams of sugar.
Oh my gosh.
119 grams of sugar in the Blimey Limey. And so what is that? That is 29.75 teaspoons. So let's do a demonstration.
Oh man.
Wow.
This is a little teaspoon. 1, 2,
Oh my gosh.
3,
29?
4,
We're going to be here a
5,
while.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
Be half the class.
18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25,
Why am I getting a headache?
26, 27, 28,
It's basically 30 because it's
29.
29.75.
I just, okay, look,
Drink up.
75, okay?
Drink up. Now,
Blimey Limey.
now, are they adding sugar to this smoothie?
Of course they do.
They're not just putting fruit in it.
No, they add
that's
sugar.
not
Most
true.
of them.
That's all the refined.
Now, why do you think
absolutely.
they do that when fruit is already sweet?
Because for most people, fruit is not,
Not sweet enough.
It's not sweet enough.
Because they know that most people are addicts.
Absolutely.
They're gonna keep
Sugar
people
addicts.
And they're going to keep them an addict, right? And
That's
so this is
a
what
lot
we're.
of sugar.
Come on, y'all. This is the Blimey Limey. Drink up.
Oh no!
30 teaspoons of sugar. 119. And so this is why people your knees hurt. Okay?
Right.
People say, "Oh, my knees are shot." And no, you shot them.
She said you shot her.
Yeah, you
With
are
all
the
the
gunman.
sugar.
Yeah, you are the gunman,
Woo!
right?
I am
And so
healed, y'all. I'm healed.
this is it. This is why they don't sleep at night. This is why the women have the hot flashes.
Hot flashes,
Okay,
yeah.
it's sugar.
Wow.
This is why you have debilitating menstrual cycles. This is why you have the migraine headaches. This is
Wow.
right. This is why.
You down? She is sold at my door.
Yeah, that's it right there, right? So
Okay,
so
okay.
we
All
don't
right,
even
let's
have to
keep
do
going.
avocado. I'm just going to tell you has 100 grams of sugar. That's 25 teaspoons, right? Avocado, and they think
The
they're doing healthy one,
yeah,
right?
you think you're being
think
healthy.
you're doing
That
healthy,
is so
right?
sad.
You think you're doing healthy. It is sad. Okay, y'all got enough of that? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Vegan meat. We do it. We're trying to do right. We're trying to change. I'm not eating beef and I'm not eating pork. I'm gonna go vegan and just gonna do vegan meat. Well, check it out.
Number 8 is going to throw you off because I know you're thinking to yourself, Dr. Price, well, you don't eat any animal products. So how are you going to tell us not to eat this one? I'll tell you why. Number 8 is vegan meats. Don't go anywhere near them. All right. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people have fallen in love with these vegan meats, like Impossible Meat, Beyond Meat, and the list goes on and on. All type of tofu, etc., etc. These are ultra processed vegan meats. they're just as bad as the things that you're walking away from. Okay, they're loaded with soy concentrates, particularly with the Impossible meat. They're loaded with seed oils and so many other processed and preservatives and thickening agents and emulsifiers and things that keep the color and make the color. The list goes on and on. Stay away from them. Okay, these are some of the things that hijack the whole healthy movement. And I believe that many of the vegan products out there were a huge part of hijacking the healthy movement, and it deceived us, and people ate a lot of this vegan junk food, and they got bigger and larger and unhealthier, and then they blamed it on eating healthy foods when they weren't eating food at all. They were eating food products. So stay away from those foods. I've been telling people from the beginning, stay away from those foods. Eat real food, one ingredient food, avocado. That's one ingredient. Eat chickpeas, that's one ingredient. All right, eat one ingredient foods.
Hmm.
Number 8.
So let's talk about this vegan meat, because I mean, all of us tend to have gravitated. It's been a whole movement, right? Plant-based meat alternatives. They've surged in popularity, and they're marketed as guilt-free, makes you feel better, health-forward, future of the food. But beneath the eco-friendly packaging and made for plants claims lies a more complicated nutritional story. So today we're going to examine what's really inside the ultra-processed vegan meats and why consumers deserve a more honest conversation, right? So we go to that aisle and we look for the plant-based meats, because I'm trying to be plant-based, right? That's what we're saying. We're trying to do the right thing. And over the past decade, companies like Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods, they've even put them in the fast food places. Burger King has an Impossible Meat burger. They've transformed plant-based eating from a niche lifestyle choice into mainstream phenomenon. And the sales have surpassed 8 billion with a B in 2023. And that's driven by marketing that positions these products as healthier, cleaner alternatives to conventional meat. Because we talked about conventional meat last week. But popularity doesn't equal nutritional integrity. And the gap between perception and reality is growing. So what's actually inside the patty? Dr. Price talked about it. Sodium overload. A single Beyond Burger patty contains roughly 390 milligrams of sodium, nearly 17% of the daily recommended limit. Many of those meat products rival or exceed the sodium content of conventional fast food burgers, contributing to hypertension and water retention. I mean, what sense does it make to eat a vegan patty and still have high blood pressure? Saturated fat from the coconut oil to mimic the fatty mouthfeel of beef manufacturers. They use coconut oil high in saturated fat. The American Heart Association warns that saturated fat raises the LDL cholesterol, increasing cardiovascular risk regardless of the source. Let's read the label. We talked about it. Long ingredient list. Vegan meat products commonly contain 20 plus ingredients, including a synthetic fiber, methyl cellulose. That sounds like something that goes in the gas tank. Various gums, artificial flavors, color additives like caramel coloring or beef extract, none of which appear in whole foods. And then added sugars, added starches. Many formulations include modified starches, dextrose, maltodextrin to improve texture and shelf life, ingredients that spike blood sugar and offer zero nutritional benefit. That makes sense, because now we wonder why people that are plant-based, we're saying they're still sick. They're still going through. I thought they were plant-based. What's wrong with them? Well, it depends on what plant-based they're eating. So when we describe whole plants versus processed plant meat, there's a difference. There's a distinction that marketing blurs eating plants and eating processed plant-based meat. Let me say that again, because somebody's listening and they're saying, no, it's okay to be plant-based, but it's not okay to have processed plant-based meat. They're not the same thing. See, a cup of lentils or a black bean patty made at home in nutrient-dense, fiber-rich, and minimally processed versus a commercially produced vegan burger, by contrast, has been stripped of its whole food integrity through industrial processing, losing fiber, altering protein structure, and adding synthetic compounds. The plant-based label creates a health halo that doesn't always hold up under scrutiny. So let's look at this. Oh my goodness. It's absolutely amazing. The sodium and saturated fat numbers don't lie. And I have to say it because we're honestly thinking we're doing the right thing. We go and get the Beyond Burger. We even order Burger King's Impossible Burger. But look at the sodium and the saturated fat. The numbers don't lie. Morningstar Farms patty, homemade black bean. Now, do it at home yourself. Look at that, 90. Grilled chicken breast, 4 ounce, 75. That's even less than a vegan burger. So what about the protein? Vegan meat brands prominently advertise that their protein content, often 19 to 20 grams per serving, positions their products as a direct superior substitute for animal protein. This number is used to reassure the health-conscious consumers that no nutritional trade-off exists. But the reality is, while protein quantity may be comparable, protein bioavailability and amino acid completeness differ. Most plant proteins, including pea and soy isolates, are less efficiently absorbed in your body than the animal proteins themselves. Furthermore, the isolation process used to extract these protein strips away naturally occurring nutrients. Whole soy foods like edamame and tofu retain more nutritional value than soy protein isolate found in processed alternatives. So there's some hidden ingredients that we need to know about. I'm sorry, don't shoot the messenger. I don't mean to mess up your vegan journey that you're buying all this stuff already processed. Hear what I hear? I keep saying that. We're talking about the processed vegan stuff. There's some hidden stuff. Methylcellulose. It's a synthetic, non-digestible, did you hear that word? That means you can't digest it. Fiber, derived from wood pulp or cotton, used as a binder and bulking agent, and it holds the patty together. And I know that to be true because whenever I've made a vegan patty, or it's been always very difficult to bind it together. You've got to put crackers or something in it to try to get it to hold together because you make it a patty, you put it in there and it falls apart. And then when you buy it from the store, it's just round, it's just so whole, it just sits there in the patty and doesn't fall apart because they're putting stuff in it to make it bind together. Soy protein isolate, heavily processed to remove the fat and the carbohydrates. This extraction process often uses hexane. Again, sounds like something for the car. Hexane, a neurotoxic chemical solvent. Residual hexane levels in finished products are largely unregulated and rarely disclosed to the consumers. They don't tell us about it. They keep it from us. They don't have to in the United States. Then we talk about the artificial colors. We've talked about this too many times over and over and over and over again. Products like the Impossible Burger use heme, soy, leg hemoglobin, a genetically engineered, that's what Coach Rowe said, it's a lab experiment, genetically engineered yeast derived ingredient to stimulate the bleeding appearance of beef, because they're trying to fool us and make us think that this looks just like the regular beef, ground beef that you're used to using, and you know it blood drips. Well, now they're putting chemicals in it and artificial stuff in it to simulate the bleeding appearance of beef. Its long-term safety profile remains understudied in humans. And you know, whenever they say something is understudied, I don't want to wait till you're convinced. They've understudied so many things, and it takes them 20, 30, 40, 50 years for us to tell them, oh, I'm sorry, this is cancerous now. No, I'm just not going to wait on you guys to say you can just say the FDA approves it. No, we're going to make decisions based on our own health, on our own body, and what just makes sense. And then the natural flavors, the catch-all natural flavors can legally conceal dozens of chemical compounds. Just saying natural flavors. Okay. Manufacturers are not required in the United States to disclose their composition, leaving consumers unable to make fully informed choices. So just because it says natural flavors, can you tell me what are the natural flavors that you're doing? So a landmark 2022 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that participants consuming ultra-processed plant-based meats showed no significant improvement in their cardiovascular biomarkers compared to those eating lean animal protein. A separate Stanford study noted modest LDL reductions with plant-based diets, but importantly, the benefits came from the whole food plant consumption, not the processed alternatives. Meanwhile, a 2021 British medical journal meta-analysis linked ultra-processed food consumption broadly to a 62% higher risk of cardiovascular disease, heart disease, guys, mortality, a category that includes most commercial vegan meats. So what should we actually eat? Well, let's prioritize whole legumes, lentils, chickpeas, black beans. Edamame deliver the fiber, protein, and micronutrients in their natural form without the additives, the sodium, or the saturated fat of processed alternatives. Choose minimally processed soy, tempeh, and tofu. Return the nutritional benefits of whole soy. Fermented options like tempeh also support gut health through probiotic activity, a benefit entirely absent in processed vegan meats. And bottom line, can't say it enough, read the label. Read the label critically when choosing commercial plant-based products. Look for options with fewer than 10 ingredients, sodium under 200 milligrams per serving, no added sugars, and no ambiguous natural flavor listings. Treat vegan meats as an occasional convenience, not a health food. Bottom line, plant-based does not automatically mean healthy. Ooh, my God. You just messed up my theology, Dr. Ross. Ultra-processed vegan meats are engineered food products, not whole foods, and should be evaluated with the same critical eye that we apply to any packaged, industrially produced item. So check the processing level. If the ingredient list reads like a chemistry textbook, it's an ultra-processed food, regardless of whether it's plant-based or not. Watch the sodium, because many vegan meat products contain more sodium per serving than their equivalent portions of lean meat. In this case, you might as well go and eat the lean meat if you're a meat eater. This matters for your heart and your kidney health. And then go whole when possible. The strongest health evidence supports whole food, plant-based diets, not ultra-processed plant-based alternatives. Real food beats engineered food every time. That's why Coach Rose says you're eating a lab experiment. So vegan meat can be a useful transitional food or occasional convenience, but it should never be mistaken for a health food. Informed choices start with reading past the marketing. So all food is not created equal.
All right. And then the bonus list I'll give you. You should really reconsider eating these foods, because these foods are actually banned in other countries. These are foods that are sold here in America, but they are banned in other countries. Dairy. All dairy in the US is banned in many other countries. I think it's banned in all of Europe. Also I think in Japan, and also China and other countries as well too. So dairy is banned in other countries. So it's a huge reason why you see so many babies and people who have so many issues with dairy. All right. Beef. Beef is banned. American beef is banned in other countries. I do believe so, since 1989. Okay, you can look that up for yourself as well too. All right, so beef also banned in other countries. All right, look it up for yourself. Chicken. All right, chicken, because most chicken is actually clean with, I do believe, chlorine, is banned in other countries. You can look that up for yourself too. Pork, banned in other countries. Breads and baked goods, most of the breads and baked goods are banned in other countries because they use a lot of the bromates and other things in them as well too. So these are all foods that are literally banned in other countries, which makes sense because when you go to these other countries, you eat a ton of pasta in these other countries. You come back here, you've lost 5 pounds. You eat pasta 2 days in a row, you gain 5 pounds. Okay, so it makes a lot of sense. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. This is not a party pooper. I'm not trying to tell you how to eat when it comes to your diet, but what I'm trying to help you understand is all food isn't created equal. And the reason why you're getting the health results that you're getting is because you think you're eating healthy, but you're not. Okay, so hopefully this will help guide you on that journey to help you understand food a little bit better.
So I hope we've understood food a little bit better. We just don't want to be bamboozled. We just don't want to be hoodwinked. We just don't want to be lied to. We just want to know the truth. And we need more transparency as it regards to our food. Marketing will take us to a whole nother level and make us think we're doing the right thing and we're not doing the right thing. Bottom line is, it's our fault. We can't get upset because they're about marketing, they're about making the dollar. But it's our fault when we don't take the time to turn to the back, flip it, and read the label. And bottom line, if it has that many ingredients, something's wrong with it. I don't care if it says healthy. I don't care if it says 0 sugar. I don't care what it says. If it's got 10, 15 ingredients, put it back on the shelf. Bottom line. Until next time, guys, time to tell the truth.